How a poor farmer's son built Hyundai. Imagine a boy so poor that he spends almost his entire day working in fields, yet still sleeps hungry at night. No proper clothes, no education, no future. Now imagine that same boy growing up to build one of the largest automobile companies in the world. This is the incredible story of Chung Ju-Yung, the founder of Hyundai. Born in 1915 in a tiny Korean village, Chung grew up in extreme poverty. His family survived through farming, but survival itself was difficult. As a child, Chung worked long, exhausting hours in the fields alongside his family. Despite all that hard work, there were days when even basic food was not guaranteed. Still, Chung dreamed of a different life. He wanted education. He wanted opportunity. Most importantly, he wanted freedom from poverty. One day, while delivering firewood to a nearby town, Chung noticed something shocking. City people lived completely differently. They had stable incomes, proper clothing, and enough food without spending their entire lives farming. That moment changed him forever. For the first time, he realized that another life was possible. Soon after, Chung read about construction jobs available in a nearby city. At just 16 years old, he made a bold decision. He would run away from home. One night, he secretly left his village with a friend and walked nearly 160 kilometers to reach the city. There, he began working as a construction laborer. The work was brutal and the wages were small. But Chung felt something new: hope. For the first time in his life, he was earning money independently. Unfortunately, his freedom didn't last long. After 2 months, his father found him and forced him back to the village. But something inside Chung had changed. Those 2 months exposed him to the world beyond farming. He realized he could never escape poverty by staying in the fields forever. Determined to change his destiny, he attempted to run away multiple times. Each time, his father brought him back. Finally, at 18 years old, Chung escaped once again. And this time, nobody stopped him. He arrived in Seoul with no money and no connections. To survive, he accepted every job he could find: construction worker, factory laborer, delivery boy. Eventually, he started working at a rice store. His discipline and work ethic impressed everyone around him. Within just 6 months, the owner promoted him to manager. Chung treated the business like his own. He worked harder than anyone else, improved operations, and built strong relationships with customers. Then something unexpected happened. The store owner became seriously ill and decided to hand the business over to Chung. At only 22 years old, Chung transformed from an employee into a business owner. For the next few years, he worked relentlessly and expanded the rice business successfully. But history had other plans. At the time, Korea was under Japanese rule during World War II. Japan took control of rice distribution to support its military operations. As a result, Chung's business was seized by the government. Everything he had built disappeared overnight. Most people would have given up after losing everything. Chung didn't. He believed that sincere hard work would eventually create success. So he searched for another opportunity, one the government couldn't easily control. That's when he entered the automobile repair business. In 1940, he borrowed money and opened a small garage. But disaster struck again. Only 1 month later, the garage burned down completely. He lost everything once more. Now he had debts, angry customers, and almost no money left. Still, he refused to quit. Instead of surrendering, he borrowed money again and rebuilt the garage from scratch. This time, Chung focused on one major problem customers hated: slow repairs. While competitors took weeks to repair vehicles, Chung promised much faster service. His garage quickly became famous for speed and reliability. Within a few years, the business grew rapidly and employed dozens of workers. For the first time, Chung was finally achieving real success. Then history repeated itself. During World War II, Japanese authorities seized his garage and merged it into a steel plant for war production. Again, his business was taken away. Again, Chung lost everything. But by now, failure no longer scared him. He returned to his village temporarily, carrying only his savings and experience. After World War II ended, Korea gained independence. Soon after, Chung returned to Seoul and restarted his business under a new name: Hyundai. The word Hyundai meant modernity and progress. While operating the repair business, Chung noticed another opportunity. American forces stationed in Korea were rapidly building military infrastructure. Chung saw huge potential in construction. Even though he lacked experience, he still carried the passion for construction that began years earlier when he worked as a laborer. So in 1947, he founded Hyundai Engineering and Construction. At first, the company handled small projects, but Chung's reliability made him stand out. He adopted a simple philosophy: never abandon a project once you commit to it. Then came another major crisis. In 1950, the Korean War erupted. North Korean forces pushed dangerously close to Seoul. Chung escaped with his family and savings to a safer city. But even during war, he kept searching for opportunities. The U.S. military urgently needed roads, warehouses, headquarters, and temporary structures. Chung delivered projects quickly and reliably, even under dangerous conditions. American officials trusted him because he always finished what he started. After the war ended, South Korea began rebuilding itself rapidly. Roads, bridges, dams, highways. Hyundai became one of the most important companies involved in rebuilding the nation. By the 1960s, Chung had already built a powerful construction empire. But he wasn't satisfied. He had built the roads, now he wanted to build the cars driving on those roads. In 1967, he founded Hyundai Motor Company. Initially, Hyundai partnered with foreign companies to assemble vehicles. But Chung wanted more than assembly. He wanted Hyundai to build its own cars. Many companies refused to share technology with him. Eventually, Hyundai partnered with Mitsubishi Motors of Japan. This partnership gave Hyundai access to automotive technology while allowing the company to develop its own brand. Around the same time, the South Korean government encouraged local companies to create an affordable national car. In 1976, Hyundai introduced the Pony, South Korea's first mass-produced car. The Pony became a huge success domestically because it was affordable for ordinary people. Soon, Hyundai dominated the Korean market. But internationally, the car struggled badly. The quality wasn't competitive. Hyundai faced losses for years. People advised Chung to shut down the automobile division completely. Instead, he made an even riskier decision. He built a massive new factory capable of producing hundreds of thousands of vehicles annually. Most executives thought he had lost his mind. South Korea's market was too small to support such production. But Chung was thinking ahead. He knew South Korea's economy was growing rapidly. He also planned to export cars worldwide. In 1982, Hyundai launched an improved version of the Pony with much better quality. This time, the strategy worked. The car succeeded in countries like Canada, Latin America, and parts of Africa. Hyundai finally became profitable. But Chung's biggest challenge was still ahead: America. The U.S. market was brutally competitive. Japanese companies already dominated compact cars, while American companies controlled larger vehicles. So Hyundai chose a completely different strategy. They targeted budget-conscious customers looking for cheap, reliable transportation. Hyundai introduced the Excel in the United States at a price similar to used cars, while also offering a long warranty. The market reacted instantly. People who planned to buy second-hand vehicles started purchasing new Hyundais instead. Sales exploded. Within a few years, Hyundai became one of the fastest-growing imported car brands in America. What started with a poor village boy had now become a global automotive empire. Today, Hyundai is one of the largest car manufacturers in the world. But Hyundai is far bigger than automobiles. The Hyundai Group includes construction, technology, elevators, shipbuilding, and many other industries. In fact, Hyundai Heavy Industries became one of the largest shipbuilding companies on Earth. More importantly, Hyundai helped transform South Korea itself. The company created jobs, built infrastructure, and helped turn South Korea into an industrial powerhouse. And all of it began with a hungry farm boy who refused to accept the life he was born into.